Heidi ho, people. So, my question is, can you hear me right now? I want to make sure it looks like I have something going through the system, but once again, we are having microphone issues. I don't understand. I mean, literally, it just happened this morning, and it's okay. So, does it sound distorted? Because what I'm using right now, the microphone that's going through, I sound echoey, is it's going through my camera microphone because the microphone that I have been using just decided to stop working. Yes, I do not understand. The only thing I can think, so the microphone that I had before had issues. The microphone I have now has issues. And both common situations is OBS. So no, it's not I thought it was my computer, but the difference is my computer I switched out about maybe a month ago now, month and a half. I had microphone issues with my last computer, and I'm having microphone issues with my now computer. So to me, the chances of both of those computers being the issue is not it. It's something different. So then I'm thinking, okay, microphone. I've had two brand new microphones that I never use except for this channel that both had connection issues. So I don't think it's the microphones. I thought it was the microphone before, but when Jason brought up the idea that it's OBS, this is kind of weird because it's completely, it's like I changed nothing. The only thing that's changed is it's a little chillier today since the rain came through, and I don't know if that's made it more touchy or what, but I just don't understand. It's completely random. So the only thing I can think is it's got to be OBS. OBS is the issue, which why is this an issue? It's like it seems like a hardware issue because when you mess around with the thing, you can hear it going like connection thing. That sounds like a hardware thing. But it just drops and then it works perfectly for like 3 weeks straight, not an issue, and then just starts happening again. That cannot be a hardware issue. So, no, it's not because I'm making sure that I'm checking the default and making sure it's the microphone that I'm using and not because it has the microphone for the camera. It's called HD CR70 Pro or some 970 Pro. And then the other microphone's got its name. And I know that I set the default to that and I look at it and it's the same thing. So it's definitely something with OBS, which I just think is something very strange that a program could cause a microphone connection issue. A software situation can cause a connection issue. Like this just seems, it's like something about it and I'm updated to the most new OBS. So what this makes me think is that I'm gonna have to find a new program outside of OBS to start doing these live streams because I can't keep dealing with microphone issues. It's like the fucking most simplest thing you should have when it comes to live streams is no microphone issues or camera issues. Those are essential foundations. But anyway, I'm sorry, Morgan. If you guys saw, it's Morgan Wick. I think Wicks. I don't know if there's an S on there. I used to know a Brad Wicks when I was growing up, and he was kind of a hardliner. He's kind of a tough little kid. He hung out with my friend Nick, and I just remember Brad Wicks, but I've never heard of a Wicks as a last name until then. So Morgan, I'm apologizing to you now that the sound of my voice, I think the song is going to sound great, but I think like when we've done this in the past and I've had to use this microphone, it's a shitty ass microphone, so it like overloads very easily and it just sounds, as they said, echoey. Unfortunately, my reaction to your song is going to be sound-wise, microphone-wise, not the greatest. But nonetheless, we are going to get you exposure on this channel to all 8 people in the chat. unfortunately. What I want to know is where is Morgan? He knew it was coming. I told him it was coming, and he said thanks, but he's not here. So maybe he's hiding out in the back, but there's only 8 people here. So, hey, there's Ryan. What's up? So I'm hoping that, like, Morgan does join us at some point, because it'd be nice to hear his, like, response to your guys' reactions to his song. So let's hope that Morgan joins the chat at some point. Oh, there he is. What's up, Prague School? Prague School is his name. And we are going to get a chance to listen to Prague School's new song that he has created once again. I do want to say, Prague School, I don't know if you were in the chat yesterday hiding in the corner like JB does, JBB, but exposure of content can be a double-edged sword, because you've come to a channel that is going to be honest with you. Like, we're not going to fuck around and tell you just because you made a song that we, you know, are just going to kiss your ass and say it's great if it's not, if we don't like it. So, point number 1, Mr. Is it Morgan? Is that your first name or last name? My last name is Morgan, so we share somewhat common name, unless yours is first. So, number 1. When we listen to your song, we're going to be honest with you what we think, and I may not like it, and I'll tell you if I don't like it and it's not my thing. Number 2, that's okay. So I hope that you understand that if we don't like something, that's not the point. The point is, we'll definitely be impressed that I'm already impressed that you wrote a song. I mean, it's just hard enough to do that. Number 2, I'm impressed that you have been willing to put this on a channel where people will tell you what they think about the song. But I just wanted to warn you that, you know, this could be a double-edged sword, because you might walk away, and if you take it personally, you might walk away with hurt feelings if we don't like the song. So I just want to put that out there. Brace yourself for honesty on this channel. But I will say, I think everyone here is very reasonable, and I think everybody here is already going to be impressed that you wrote a song. So we've had a couple songs on here from original writers before, and I think most people accepted it and handled it very well. So hopefully you got that. I think we're excited. Okay, Morgan. I'm Morgan. Nice to meet you. All right, so this is what Morgan says, just so you guys can get a background for it. He says, hello, my name is Morgan Wick. I'm a progressive rock / metal composer and guitarist. So he's a guitarist and composer. I also run a popular YouTube channel focused on composing and understanding prog. Very cool. If you want to link that in the chat so that we can go, and then I would also advise you to, after the video goes, to put a comment with your linkage there so that we can go see it. I've just released my latest music video. So this is a music video for The Great Stereopticon. I think that's how you say it. The Great Stereopticon. It's 8 minutes long, has 190 time signature changes. How's that even possible, even in an 8-minute song? I'm sure Baggins is gonna love this, because that's very much like Dream Theater / Spiral Architect kind of stuff. Multiple a cappella sections. I like a cappella, so I'll be cool with that. Crazy solos, and an intriguing lyrical concept, which do you just want us to find that out as we're watching? Or do you want to kind of put that in the chat, what the lyrical concept is? Because I'll be honest, on a first listen, Morgan, I'm not paying attention to the lyrics right away. It's kind of like the last thing I listen to. And I would pick that up later. So you might want to at least give like a overall summary of what maybe the concept is. I'm reaching out to see if you'd be interested in reacting to this video, which I am. So attached below is the link to the video. So this is it. So we got 8-minute long song for this stream, and I'm ready to jump in. Are you guys ready to jump in? Definitely link your channel in the chat, bud. So, all right, here we go. Apologies. As I'm talking through it, since we're using a fucked up microphone, can you guys please tell me if it's not, like you can't hear it, or I'm overpowering the music, so I can try to adjust the levels as we're listening to it. So here we go with Morgan Wick's debut. Did you ever tell us the title? Oh yes, The Great Stereopticon is the name of this song. So here we go, Morgan. I'm looking forward to it. Let's go. This looks pretty professional, dude.
A lone and naked man clings to dreams he once so desperately to believe. A drone without a hive, a man with no home, kills, sleep, sexy, repeat, survive. But nothing matters anyway. Needs a story to end all of the futility. Behold a myth that's binding all men. Mr. Holidays, the great stereoptic.
There he is. What's up, Morgan? Nice. Sounds good, too. Nice switch here. I'm honestly impressed so far. Dude, I'm impressed, Morgan. I'm impressed. You can see me smiling. Nice. Sexy, did you hear the news today? Like that.
You are amused, the Opticon keeps you blind. You can't resist the prejudice of black and white.
I like the idea that you're selling something in the meeting. And I like that you're doing a lot of slow tempo. It's not like power metal where you're like, it's like a nice tempo. Like this part.
Like a flame burning a light, truth like a flame burning a light, truth like a flame burning. You don't watch the news, the news watching truth. You don't watch the news, the news like a flame burning. You don't watch the news, the news watching truth. You don't watch the news like a flame. You don't watch the news, the news watching truth. Like a flame burning a light, truth like a flame.
It's got the Haken. This is Haken too to me. Haken has done a couple parts like this. Okay, I'm looking forward to these solos, Morgan. The mix is wonderful, Morgan. You should be happy about that. Got it. The Matrix. I bet it was, Frog. Ooh. Gent. Nice, back to that slow tempo.
Carousel of my life.
Nice, I love that tempo. Bah. Good. Here we go. Good solo. Hear a little Petrucci in there. And then Romeo. That's definitely Romeo right there. Okay, I don't know if I like that switch there from the solo. But that's me. Breaking the optical illusion. Nice. Is that it? Wow. Okay, so two things. Number one, I was trying not to talk throughout it because the microphone sucks. So if you were wondering why I wasn't commenting on a lot, I had a bunch of thoughts going on, but I was trying not to comment because of the microphone. I didn't want to override the song itself. Number two, I wanted to take it in and kind of really think about what it was I liked and maybe didn't like about the song. So number one, I'm going to say that definitely impressed with the video itself, the mixing of the song, and obviously the technical ability and talent of the song. And I would say on this channel, I think we've had two of which were the same person. We've had 4 like singer-songwriters or songwriters, progressive writers, whatever you want to call it, who have gotten their song reacted to on here. Joker is one, and Tien, I always say his name wrong, Sagers is another. And as far as the overall package, this was the best song that's been on this channel for sure. The overall package, it's mixed very professionally. The videos very professionally, whereas those guys, you can tell, are at a lower level as far as their ability to mix and come up with a video that kind of goes along with it. So this is definitely impressive on that fashion for me, and very happy to to put this on the channel to like expose this as much as possible. So again, I apologize, Morgan, that you're putting it on a channel that is very low level subscriber. So you're not going to get a ton of exposure from this because I'm not popular enough to get my videos in the algorithm. But this is definitely a more family oriented, I would say, channel. And I hope that you're sending this out to other channels that are much bigger. I can see why you sent it to me, because this is more of a channel that would play songs that are kind of in this vein, but there's a lot of popular channels that I don't think would get this at all or would play this because it doesn't match what they do, and they wouldn't get it for sure. On the other side of it, I'm gonna say, for me personally, just looking at the song, I'm sure you haven't been here much because you're just trying to expose your song, and you stop by here maybe for some odd reason. But if you've heard me in like lots of videos before, my personal preference, this is just my personal preference, as you can see, like Ryan and other people, they like this, I would call it very disconnected, disjuncted, that's a word, kind of writing style. And I've always said like progressive is on like a scale, and over here you've got like your Yes and Genesis kind of progressive, which is very melodic, very simple, not very simple, but more simple based, very poppy kind of, catchy. And then over here you've got like the very heavy, like Meshuggah type, that's very odd time signatures the whole time, not a lot of repetition of parts, or just not repetition, kind of like avant-garde stuff. It's very ethereal, out there kind of stuff. And then like everything in between. I would put this more on this side of the progressive, where the music itself doesn't present like a catchiness to it. There's a lot of catchy parts, so don't mistake in what I'm saying. There were a lot of fantastic parts on here that I was like, damn, that's a sick kind of riff. But again, you said it yourself in the thing. It was 190 time signature changes. If that's true, because I don't even know how that's possible, even an 8-minute song, to change that many times. That doesn't present an environment for catchiness. 4/4 is 4/4 for a reason, and it's catchy, and it's simple time, it's common time. So it on the side of like catchiness, it's not as catchy, which is why I kind of put it over here on this side. There's a lot of catchy parts, but for me, the parts didn't necessarily connect. It's very similar to taking like a bunch of riffs and being like, that's a cool riff, how can we just put them next to each other? And so the transitions, and maybe you thought about it, and maybe I would definitely understand that if I listened to it more, that maybe I would start to get it more, but I doubt it. Like, there's so many changes and different kind of connections, and maybe that's what you want to accomplish with the song. But for me, that is going to lead it towards the non-catchy, non-connecting type versus like the basic pop, which is A, B, A, B the whole time, and just like two parts throughout the whole song, which each of them have their pluses and minuses, in my opinion. I like the solo. I'd be interested, since you're a guitar player, who your influences are, because I heard a little bit of Petrucci at the beginning in the way that the kind of the notes that you were picking. Maybe you don't like Petrucci or don't know him very well, but I felt like I heard a lot of Petrucci because I love him very well. Maybe I was hearing that because I like him. And then when you started doing a lot of the tapping, I heard Michael Romeo a lot. So I'd be interested to hear who your guitar influences are. Another note I wanted to make is I personally, other people, not true, even on this channel, we go back and forth about this. I am not really into. I feel like I'm not into like the Neil Morse type of music, the Gentle Giant kind of music, the mixture of the like progressive and then like I think the acapella stuff you did was cool, but I don't tend to like the mixture of it because it kind of puts it into this like cheesy realm for me. It gets into this cheesiness to it. But I felt like this didn't go that far cheesy, but it starts to feel a little bit carnival-y to me. And people on this channel hate when I say that because I don't like that. I don't like the carnival-y feel to that aspect. And I felt like it didn't go there a lot, like Haken does sometimes, but it did have that it was like edging on that for me. It was the mixture of the two parts. The other thing I wanted to say, that's great. So Dream Theater and Symphony X were your favorite bands. Okay, it makes a lot of sense. I did want to mention too, for you saying that you're not usually the lead singer, number one, I get it because your singing is not way strong. But on the other hand, I think you did an excellent job in this. If you care to share, if for being honest or whatever, are you hitting those notes strongly and like pretty easily and that's like your normal voice? Or did you have to do a lot of mixing, bending the note a little bit because you were flat or sharp or whatever to, make it sound good? I would just be interested if you felt comfortable sharing that. Because if you didn't, and that was just your normal natural singing voice, I think you're kind of downplaying your ability to sing. Because I felt like, especially in some of those notes that you were hitting, I think you were hitting good notes. Like, wow, that's strong. It sounded good. And I want to know if that was a result more of the mixing. And I only asked that because you said you're not usually the lead singer. But if that was just normal singing for you, I think you're downplaying yourself, man, as a singer. Like, I think you don't have the strongest of voices, but you have a strong enough voice, in my opinion. So don't downplay that. Let me catch up on some of your stuff because I've just been talking, and when I'm talking and thinking, I'm not reading the lyric or the comments. So, it sounds like. Yeah, again, Ryan says the singing wasn't bad at all. I agree that it wasn't bad at all. I would say it wasn't like, wow, that was amazing, but fuck, dude, you're doing your own stuff. I've written a ton of songs, and I've said this on the channel before, the one thing I cannot do is sing, and I just wish I could sing at all. I mean, I'm talking like I can sing notes, I can sing harmonies, but I just cannot sing solo. It wasn't meant for me. If I could, it would be nice, and the fact that you can do that is really nice. So you've released a lot of music. Must not be easy to be a professional musician. Yep. I think it's more connected than you'd expect if you listen to it a few more times. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Again, that's why I would like for you to tell us stereopticon, like what does that mean? And I kind of got the imagery with, I think the video helped a lot with the glasses and the fact that he was selling something in a business meeting or something is really cool. Jason keeps moving his comments. Don't worry about the typos. So he's singing concert choir, okay. Yeah, I mean, honestly, for that, I think you're pretty good, man. I think you're pretty good. Yeah. So, Morgan, I'm honestly really impressed. I don't know if you did in the chat above put your channel, but I would put your channel here, and then I would also put it in the comments when the video is hopefully not blocked. I would guess it's not blocked, but you never know with YouTube. So. We'll see if there's anything else that I wanted to mention. Oh, you did. Okay, good. So I would look forward to hearing more. I will listen to this a couple more times to kind of get it. But I tend to be more on the side of like melodic, catchy chorus kind of bands. Like that's why I love Caligula's Horse, Leprous, and Haken are kind of my top bands right now from this channel. They do some. My favorite is Dream Theater, and the reason Dream Theater is my favorite I mean, obviously, I've kind of not walked away from them, but I'm not really loving their recent stuff because it's just kind of the same stuff. But the reason I love them, I've said this on the channel many times, is they're in the middle for me because they do a lot of poppy songs and do a lot of just basic, straightforward, but then they can also do crazy stuff in between and very, very technical. So I like that they can hit everything versus just one side of it. So I would be interested to hear some more of your instrumental stuff too. And do you write more kind of like basic songs, like beautiful choruses or beautiful notes and that kind of stuff? I really would like to hear some more solos from you because I dug the solo for sure. So coming soon, okay? Either way, just to be clear, man, I didn't dislike the song. It's just it had too many changes for me to like really dig it. But I think there are other people in the chat that obviously said that they loved it. So if I were you, man, I would be very encouraged. I'd be very happy. I think that you need to reach out if you haven't already to other channels that are bigger than mine to try to get your song out there and just see what they say. Because I know, like, maybe the Daily Doug, he tends to like to listen to stuff that's all over the place because he likes to think about it and analyze it on a more academic level that I can't do. I would also say have, I can't think of his name, Jeebs. Try to get Jeebs to do it. Try to get, what's his name? He's got like longer hair. I can't think of his name. Okay, yeah, I can understand it's tough, but I'm glad you got to do it here. Again, apologies that, well, I'm not going to apologize. I like that our channel's small. I don't want it to get huge. But like, you're not getting a ton of exposure from here. So try to share it with your friends. Let them know what people thought about it. And if you've got a song in the future, just let me know. Yes, Critical Reactions is who I was thinking. Yep. He try to give him a tug, a rub and tug. See what he says. Virtually, we're talking. All right, so Morgan, I'm honored to be able to share this. I'm glad. I'm very impressed. I want to hear more. Look forward to that. And yeah, that wraps up our Saturday. Apologies. Hopefully next time I can have the fucking microphone issue figured out, or we're going to have to find another program besides OBS, because OBS, I think, is the common theme that's going on, and I just don't understand it. So do some research, try to figure it out, because tomorrow night Scott is going to be here for his set, and he said he's going to kick your ass with some songs that he's picked. Obviously, it's going to be heavy. So, all right, Morgan, peace out, good luck, and hopefully you join us more if you can. We'd love to hear your thoughts and discover some music together. So, peace out.